What's going on, doozers, and welcome to 1.19. This is in release candidate 2, and what I'm going to show you today, roguelite farm, and it's dead simple to make. We're talking over 1,200 blocks an hour, minimal player interaction. It's not completely AFK, but again, it's something that can be done early game. As soon as you get to the nether, you can start doing it. Let's get into the build. So first thing we need to consider with the frog lights that there are 3 types of frogs. There is the cold, the temperate, and the hot. And each one of these frogs will give you a different color light based on what type of frog they are. Now, the summon command for Minecraft right now isn't working. So you can't do, summon variant type equals 012. It's just not doing its job right now, unfortunately. So all of these numbers are going to be based off of the same number of frogs. You're going to get 1,200 lights per hour, but again, with 3 frogs, 1 of each color, it's going to vary. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get ourselves into the nether. Now, I've already located some of the things that we need, and we're going to find one of these, a bastion remnant. And why? Well, because we need this. We need a magma cube spawner. Now, magma cube spawners, any spawner in Minecraft does a 9x9 area. So we're going to do just that. We're going to come 2 blocks above it. And we're going to go out 4 or 5 rather in every direction. So counting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to bring that 5th one. And we're going to connect these up and make ourselves a little 1/4 of the roof. We're going to do this and bring it the whole way around. Like that. Now, we did switch over to white stained glass because I want everybody to be able to see what the inside looks like. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to prep all of this area here to get the frogs and everything in. And the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that the magma cubes aren't going to be a big issue for us. So what we're going to do is we are going to build this out down and make a cube out of it. So again, what we want to do is we want to come from here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is going to be our platform that they're going to spawn in. I actually want to do 6 on this. I prefer to have that extra little give. And then what we're going to do is so now we have our box connected up. And this box is what's, where those guys are going to go. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to start making a kill chamber. And the next thing that we're going to need to do that is actually going to be some trapdoors and some slabs. Now, it doesn't matter what type of trapdoors you're using, and it doesn't matter what slabs you're using. Go crazy. This is whatever you want to do type of situation. So for our kill chamber, what we're going to do is we're going to come out here just like this, and we're going to put slabs there, and we're going to put slabs there. Okay. And there. Now, we're going to build our platform that we're killing things on a little bit below this. So we want to be right here when we're using our sword. And that's going to be very important on this. This is going to be a sword kill chamber. Now what we're going to do is in front of this, where we're killing them, we're going to make 3 wide and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to cut those out. And what we need to do is we need to actually put down, let me grab something here real fast just to put these on. This part, Doodle actually came up with this and it's brilliant, but you have to do it the right way. So facing away from the kill chamber, 1, 2, and 3 trapdoors. Knock out these temporary blocks. And then you're going to come here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 the rest of the way across. And the reason you're doing this is because we need the trapdoors to be open in such a way that they make this little grid pattern. The one closest to your kill chamber needs to be up against each other. That's to protect you. That's just to protect you. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come down, and we are going to come down 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to fill in this entire section here and make a holding tank. And this is where our frogs are going to be. This is where our baby magma cubes are going to be, because we need these magma cubes to be at their smallest size. Otherwise, the frogs can't eat them. There we go. And you know what? We're going to, I think, just go ahead and get rid of some of this lava. So let me come over here real quick. And I'm going to do fill from there. And we'll bring it to here. Let's take it to 28. There we go. Now, obviously in survival, you're actually going to have to, you know, do this yourself. We used a lot of gravel. All right, so now that we have the lava gone, now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the final step. So right here is going to be our floor level, which means this level I'm standing on is where we are going to be putting our minecart collection system. So we're going to grab some regular rails. We're going to grab a hopper minecart. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this stuff because I don't need it anymore. We are going to need 1 repeater, 1 comparator, 1 torch, 1 hopper, and you will also need a chest. And then you are going to need soul sand. And again, this is just the stuff that you have to have for this project, okay? So we're going to come right across the center of this area here. And we are going to put that there quick, a redstone block. And we got to figure out which way we want our materials to go. So I'm going to put these coming out this way. And we're going to bring our mine track just like this. So at the tail ends, we're just going to swap out for regular ones so we can make the curve. And at the tail end, we're just going to put it right into this wall. Now, over here for the collection system, everybody's kind of got their own way of doing this. My personal preference, I'm going to do an unloader system. So right here, I'm going to do a hopper going into this. And we're going to go ahead and put a double chest on that. Now, coming out of the back of this system, we are going to do the unloader. So we're going to go comparator into a block. We're going to put another block right there. We're going to put a repeater going into this block. And right here at the back, we're going to put a redstone torch. So the comparator is reading the hopper, which is triggering the torch. If there's something in the hopper, that torch is going to turn off, which in turn will turn off this. And all of that will turn off this rail track. So that's how items are going to actually get to and from here. We'll put another one there, and we can go ahead and already put down our minecart. So, from here, we're going to come and we're going to fill in... Okay. From here, we are going to fill in our soul sand. Just like that. All right. So now we can go ahead and actually legitimately put in our minecart. And last thing we have to do is in here, we need to get our frogs. So we are going to come in here and again, doing our testing, you want about 3 to 5 frogs. 3 if you're doing one of each, or 6, 2 of each. We're going to go 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go ahead and close this back up. These frogs will live there forever now. Okay? So, at this point, this farm is actually done. All we've got to do is get this to actually start doing its thing. One of the other things I would suggest doing is making sure that you are safe. Again, you're in the nether, so ghasts can spawn. Just all the stuff can spawn. So I do encourage putting in a doorway or something to keep yourself from getting murdered. Because nobody wants to get murdered, right? Right. Alright, so let's get ourselves a sword, like so. And we're going to go ahead and go game mode, survival. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and set the game mode to hard, and we are going to add in mob spawning, and I am now going to set myself to survival. So we're just going to sit here, and I'm actually going to use an auto clicker and just auto click. Now, like any mob spawner type farm, it does take a minute or two to start, actually working to start ramping up. But all you've got to do is just sit here and swing. There we go. Now, what will happen is as we're killing these guys, they become smaller and smaller. The larger ones cannot fit into the trapdoors. So you can see even those medium ones can't go in, but those little guys, they fall right in. So what happens is as they're falling in there, the frogs are going to do their job. They're going to suck them up. There we go. All right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get back into creative here. And I did this as a one take for a reason. So we ran that, maybe 30 seconds or so. And if we come down here, we've already got 14 of the frog lights, and we can see the frogs are in here happily devouring and making all of those beautiful frog lights for us. So this, in my books, is a win all day. In a 5-minute test, we came up with 100 to 112 frog lights every time. So by my maths, we should be doing about 1,200 frog lights per hour with very, very minimal interaction by the player. You can substitute by putting in iron golems in a ring around the entire thing to make it fully automatic. But as always, I'm trying to find a way to make sure that these farms are designed so that you can build them day one in your Minecraft world. Hopefully this helped you. If it did, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, I'm Diamond Doozer, and I'm out.